Hi, I'm Tracy Cooper, and I'd like to take you on a virtual tour of one of the happiest countries on Earth. According to the 2019 World Happiness Report, Norway comes in at number 3. And just in case you were wondering, the United States ranked 19th. The report is produced by the United Nations Sustainable Development Solutions Network and ranks 156 countries on 6 key variables that support well-being. The variables include income, freedom, trust, healthy life expectancy, social support, and generosity. Besides being a place with happy, content people, Norway draws me in with its natural beauty and piques my interest surrounding the government's efforts around sustainable living. So let's begin with the general overview. Norway is a country in Northern Europe, and along with this country of Sweden, makes up the Scandinavian peninsula. Norway, on the western side of the peninsula, is the 68th largest nation by area in the world. It is home to one of the most rugged and longest coastlines worldwide, and it is bordered by Finland, Sweden, and Russia. Over two-thirds of Norway is mountainous, along with over 50,000 islands, 150,000 lakes, rivers, valleys, long fjords, and glaciers. The lowest point is the Norwegian Sea, and the highest point is Pigeon Mountain at 2,469 meters high. Natural beauty abounds across the country. Norway is also known as the land of the midnight sun because one-third of the country is in the Arctic Circle. In the far north, the sun never completely sets. Norway's climate is considered temperate along the coast, with cool summers averaging a high of 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Winters are cold and snowy, particularly in higher elevations inland and north. The central and northern mountains are typically snow-covered throughout the year. Norway is home to approximately 5.3 million people. Almost half the population live in the southern region near Norway's capital of Oslo. The population densities are higher along the coast and in the south due to the mild climate and proximity to mainland Europe. Norway has a long history dating back to pre-Viking era through the Golden Age and the Scandinavian Union with Denmark and Sweden. Norway's constitution was drafted and adopted in 1814. The constitution granted powers to the king and a parliamentary body. The country gained its independence by splitting from the Union in 1905. Nazi Germany occupied Norway throughout World War II. Post-war, in 1949, Norway became a founding member of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, or NATO. Today, Norway's government is considered a parliamentary democracy/constitutional monarchy. A 169-member parliament makes up the legislative branch. Parliament members are elected by the people and serve a 4-year term. A judicial branch with the Supreme Court rounds out the government. I think it's important to note here that Norway is not a member of the European Union, and also that the currency of Norway is the Norwegian krone. Norway is considered a social democracy. Citizens pay higher taxes but enjoy access to substantial public services, including healthcare and education. An Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development Better Life Index report states that in 2014, 82% of Norwegians were highly satisfied. The OECD Better Life Index report also awards Norway with the top ranking for life satisfaction, with a 7.5 score, citing strong social cohesion. In comparison, the United States ranks 6.9, with the average OECD ranking being 6.5. Norway has an egalitarian society, meaning they primarily believe that all people are equal and deserve equal rights and opportunities. Norway is also considered a welfare state because federal and local government accept responsibility for the welfare of their citizens. This welfare is subsidized by the higher taxes already mentioned. The 2016 World Health Organization report reveals a person born in Norway has an average life expectancy of 82.5 years. For comparison, the United States is at 78.5 years, and 72 years is the average life expectancy of the global population. As I mentioned earlier, Norway is not a member of the European Union. It is part of the European Free Trade Association, along with Iceland, Liechtenstein, and Switzerland. According to the EFTA, they jointly negotiate free trade agreements with partners outside the European Union in order to strengthen their competitive position and increase market access for their products. Today, the EFTA has 29 free trade agreements covering 40 countries and territories outside the EU. Historically known for shipbuilding and the maritime transporter of goods, Norway's economy is healthy. Norway's rich and abundant natural resources of oil and gas, fish, forests, and minerals support their current economy, making them a leading petroleum exporter and seafood exporter. Norway's government reports its economy is in its third year of economic expansion. Employment growth is strong, and the registered unemployment rate has fallen to levels last seen in 2008. Non-oil business investments are at a 10-year high. Some 2017 World Trade Organization data show us that total exports include 62.4% in fuels and mining and 12.4% in agricultural products. Total imports include, in part, 10.7% of agricultural products and 10% in fuels and mining. Food prices in Norway are among the highest in Europe, but in general, Norwegians spend a lower share of net income on food than most Europeans. Because Norway has a limited area of arable land, they have developed a comprehensive soil protection strategy to face future challenges. Norway is the eighth largest producer of oil and the third largest producer of gas in the world. According to the FAO, in 2016, Norway was the ninth largest capture fishery and the seventh largest aquaculture producer. Eurofish International Organization says Norway is among the foremost in the world with respect to operations, technology, and research and development in the field of aquaculture. In addition to all of the good things that Norway has going for it, I have been impressed by Norway's eye on the future through policy and process. Norway's Ministry of Agriculture and Food states population growth, climate change, limited natural resources, and the recent rise in commodity prices has placed food security at the top of their agenda, both home and abroad. Last month at the UN General Assembly, the Norwegian Minister of International Development launched an action plan on sustainable food systems. The overall objective of the action plan is to ensure greater food security through the development of these sustainable food systems. The four thematic focus areas are food production, value creation and markets, nutrition and diet, and policy and governance. The government says the action plan is unique in the sense that Norway is one of the first countries in the world to have prepared a plan on sustainable food systems in the context of its foreign and development policy. The minister said Norway would target their efforts towards small-scale farmers and fishermen with a particular focus on the least developed countries and sub-Saharan Africa. He indicated they have already developed strong partnerships with Malawi and Ethiopia. Back at home, in 2017, Norway's government signed an agreement to reduce food waste by 50% by the year 2030. This target is in line with the UN Sustainability Goal 12.3, as it is reported that one-third of all food produced globally is spoiled or thrown away. Norway has lots of successes in many areas. The FAO states their partnership with Norway and Norway's generous contributions have enabled the FAO to deliver powerful results spanning forestry, fisheries, the right to food, climate-smart agriculture, and food loss and waste. Ultimately, I believe Norway is honoring deep traditions of their past, with an eye on the future focused on sustainability. This has been a broad overview of a country that is on my bucket list to visit one day. I do believe their future is bright. I hope you found this information helpful in some way, and maybe it's even inspired you to visit the land of the midnight sun too. Thank you for listening. This presentation would not have been possible without these valuable references.